All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Big waves out there. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, it's going to be a great week this week. And super excited. We'll see what all happens this week with our words and where they lead us. But remember, we do this and we pick a word, but we challenge each and every one of you to go dig a little deeper for yourself. Okay, it will really make a difference. The word for today, we've actually done this word before, but it's been some time back. And so one of the reasons I wanted to do this is because, and it was really a word I shot out to Coach last week, and the word is change. Change. And I want to tell you why this word means so much to me right now, because right now in our personal life, right now in our our external world, some of it out of our control or not necessarily that we got our hand on, is changing, you know, and you see it in everything you do, from the way the entertainment world is changing to virtual, right? And to the way business is being done. To think about where we've been just since this, and so change is something that is inevitable. It's a part of life, and it's one of those words that we really need to look at, right? And ask ourselves the question: am I where I need to be able to embrace change? And so if you look at the definition, it's make or become something different, like make or become different, make a change. And I looked at some synonyms. I looked at some similar words like alteration, difference, modification, redoing, refashioning, remaking, remodeling, revamping. Because I believe all the roads to success, whether it's a football program or whether it's a business organization or whether it's your personal life, your health, the road to success comes with a lot of change. Comes with a lot of change. And the two things I want to touch on this morning is internal change versus external change. Okay? And external change, think about this for yourself. I'm going to read this real quick. You can trace who you've become in life back to 10 defining moments, 7 critical choices, and 5 pivotal people. I'm going to say it again because some of you might go, wait a minute now. You got to think about your life today. Take time today to think about this. You can trace what you've become currently in life back to 10 defining moments, 7 critical choices, and 5 pivotal people. See, you cannot change these moments. You can't change the choices. You can't change the people at this point in your history. You can begin to work on changing your future. Because if you realize the things in your history, in your life up to now, that has made that external change of where you're at today. You know, I can think about stealing, okay? Back to that pivotal point in my life where my dad whipped me because I stole that piece of gum, and he made me go back in and tell the person that I stole that piece of bubble gum, Gatorade gum, from M&J Sporting Goods. And it's always stuck with me on stealing. I can think about my mentor years ago that started coaching me, Gary Racer, about paying myself first every week, every month, like paying myself first, creating that nest egg, because it's not if something's going to happen in life, it's when, and I got to be prepared for it. And he taught me that, and I'm so grateful for it today because I put those things in play. That's external. But if you know that people, moments in time and choices make that type of impact, then looking forward, You're thinking about that when you think about things, choices, moments, and people to partner with, because they're going to make a difference in your life. Now, internal. Let me go to internal. I know I'm kind of getting into the nitty gritty today, but I want to go to internal. Our internal factors are made up of our own reactions to events. It's the way we feel about events. Since these reactions happen within us, we have the power to change them. How many of you have had maybe a thought process about someone that you've had the ability to make the change? Maybe at first you didn't like them. Me and Coach Myra talk about this a lot. At first, they just kind of rubbed you the wrong way. But internally, you had the ability to make a change. And today you're like, I really like that person. It was because you did something internally to create that change. Maybe it's health. We got that with health. It's an internal pivot that we can make that change. Weight, way we feel. I already said that. Emotions. Are you up right now in your emotional status, or are you down? If you're down, you've got the ability to make that change internally. Maybe it's jealousy. I'm just jealous of somebody, right? We're human, right? It happens. Maybe you're in a rut. I'm just stuck in a rut. You've got that ability to make that internal change. And here's the thing. I share that with you because I want you to know that those little things that's pulling you internally, if you don't like where it's pulling you, you can make the change, okay? Externally, there's some things out there that's a challenge to make a change. Internally, okay, we absolutely can make that change, okay? So George Bernard Shaw said it the best. Progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their mind cannot change anything. Ultimately, change starts right here. Starts right here in the mind. And so, thanks for allowing us to go back to this word today. And I believe right now where we're at in our world, change is something we really need to focus on. And we need to know what we can control and who we need to look for to partner with to move our future. Okay? Coach, I'm going to turn it to you.
Wow. Thank you, Coach Palmer. As always, fantastic information. And I'm going to absolutely try to apply some of those nuggets that you've just shared with us. I'm going to hopefully give you a few more things to add up on top of what Coach has said. First and foremost, as always, it's fantastic to see everybody. Probably one of my favorite things now is when Coach says, it's a wave or whatever. So when you're looking at the whole group and everybody's great waving at one time, it's really a cool thing. So that's kind of one of my new things I enjoy about our family here. But change, how can we create positive change in our lives? Well, I'm going to give you just some things that I have attempted. I'm not very good at it. Sometimes I'm good at it. But I do think they're all really relevant in helping us change. But I just know I personally have got to get a little more consistent. I think writing in a journal, that is like talking out all of your ideas that are spinning around in your mind. I mean, I know that's for me. I can get so many things going on in my mind at one time. And I found out if I write this down in my journal, it helps me to go through and prioritize what is what. So I think that's a great thing to help us in change. Whether these thoughts, here's the thing now, you may have negative things in your mind, whether they're positive or negative. If we don't write them down, they're going to distract us because they're just going to stay there. Things that you can add to your journal. Now think about this. First and foremost, write down your dreams and your plans. Write down those to-do lists. And also, listen, gang, write down your worries and your anxieties. I think when we put those things down on paper, it strengthens our ability to grow. Early morning, and this is, again, everybody has opinions. Early morning is the best time to journal. because it allows you to get your thoughts in place and in order. So, you know, here's another thing that can help us in changes. Clear all the clutter from your home and work area. That's something that I have found myself when I get ultra busy. I look sometimes at my desk and in my area and I think, oh my God, if somebody walks in here right now, I would be absolutely, totally embarrassed. What I do immediately is I clear it, I clean it, I get everything in order. And you know what? It's really weird, but it does help me in my thought process. So clear all this clutter out. You know, it just helps in not wasting time and energy. Here's one area that I promise I'm going to do a better job of because it truly helps. And when I do it, it really does help me in any change that I need to bring upon myself or change that I want to help others do. I need to meditate more. How many of you meditate? You don't have to raise your hand, but I mean, how many of you actually meditate? Spend some time. You know, this is a powerful practice, and I don't do it enough. I'm going to do a better job of this, I promise, because I really believe it helps me focus so much more. It helps me focus upon the things that I do need to change. And here's a tough one, y'all. We have to be honest with ourselves. If we can't be honest with ourselves, we can't be honest, period. You know, in order to change anything in our life, we must understand why we are in a particular situation. We also must know why we're seeking change. Are we unhappy in our job? Are we unhappy in our family situation? Are we unhappy and frustrated with others? But we have to know in order to change. You know, here's some things that we have to ask ourselves. Number one, what got me in this situation? Why am I looking for ways to change? Why do I want to change? What will changing my situation do for me? What am I good at? What makes me happy? You know, I think when we identify what makes us happy, all of these other things fall into place for us. Because when we're happy, we create total honesty within ourselves. Okay, you also need to visualize your ideal self. Okay, here's something that I want to give you an example of. I don't share a lot of things that when I was coaching with you, but I do want to share this because in all of my years of coaching in high school and coaching in camps and clinics throughout the years, and I really feel like I'm coaching even today in my day-to-day work with my staff, my family, everybody that I meet, but I really encouraged all of my student athletes to visualize and see themselves be successful in a clutch moment. I'll use softball, for example. I had my kids, we would meditate. I would say, okay, I'll say, Coach Palmer, Brent, you're at the plate. We've got the winning run on second base. Okay. I need for you to go to the plate and visualize putting down and pushing a bunt up that first baseline to move our runner. You sacrifice yourself, visually see yourself doing this. Next person comes up to the plate. I need you to visualize seeing yourself get that clutch hit and experience, because you're able to visualize this situation in a positive manner, experience the stands going nuts, experience people just dog piling on you because we've just won that championship. See it. When we see these things and visualize it, it helps. And I truly believe that any championship teams or any teams that we weren't really that great, but we had day-to-day wins, they were able to visualize themselves being successful. So if we're going to change, we must visualize us being successful and see ourselves literally going and grabbing that championship trophy, going and picking up that check from doing whatever it is that we do so well. Okay, you got to do that. And here's the thing that we all have a hard time with. And as I've gotten older, I've learned to do this. We have to learn how to take criticism. And I think we have to be able to take criticism in order to grow. I think that's one of the biggest things. We have to take criticism and value criticism. We really do. Now, you know, since we live with criticism all around us, we have to learn how to handle it. So you have three options, in my opinion. You lash out defensively, you ignore it, or you learn from it. I choose to do the second one and the third one. I want to ignore it. And then as I ignore that, it's embedded in my mind. Then I'm going to learn from it and try to add on or see what that criticism, how it can help me change. So what will you do? What will you do today to make changes in your life? Let me leave you with this. No one is perfect. And that's why pencils have erasers. Change is always good. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for this time this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Coach, no, thank you. That was powerful. That was powerful. How many of you agree with that? A lot of great nuggets in there. And I want to share something with you just real quick. Coach talked about journal. One of the things my mentor taught me that I'm so grateful for is find something. I've got a bunch of these, and I carry it with me every day, all day. I ordered a bunch of these, and so carry it with me every day. When I fill it up, I put everything in it. I put my thoughts, I put my goals, I put my to-do list, I put my stocks. It doesn't matter. I put everything in here. And then when it's filled up, I put it down, I file it, I can go back to it, and then I grab a new one and I journalize. And I'm so thankful for that. And Coach, thanks for sharing that, because that's been massive in my life on a daily basis. So grateful for you guys. Have a great Monday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Yes.
Love you.
Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Happy